Okay, so I got a, let's see if we can get that into the camera. I got a backpack blower, or a leaf blower, backpack leaf blower in yesterday. Now this is a repeat customer. I've done, I think, 2 pieces of equipment for him last year, and he is from Kansas City. Now I find these guys interesting. Of course, they live down here, but this is his city blower. He doesn't, blow leaves down here. He blows leaves in Kansas City. So he messaged me the other day. He says, you still doing work? I said, yeah. He says, okay, I'm gonna try to make it down and give you a backpack blower. So he made a special trip down here because it's February. I mean, who comes down to their second homes in February? And he says he's having a real hard time getting this to start. It takes him 30 pulls to get it to start. Well, I just haven't had that kind of problem. So I want to show you that I can get this to start within the criteria of the machine's instructions. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow the instructions. So the first thing we're going to do is pull the choke up, and then we're going to prime it 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then we're going to turn the throttle on full blast. So I'll pull the throttle. Well, it's already pulled, so I'll pull the throttle. I'll lock it into place. I think you saw that. And then it says pull 6 times. Well, that's the first time I did that, but I got it to pull, what, in 4 pulls maybe? Now this is a cold machine. It's 35 degrees outside. I did it earlier at 25 degrees. It sat all night before I did it. And it was 25 degrees when I woke up this morning and tried it. Now it started to die, but I just turned that choke on real quick and turned it back off. So maybe I don't feel so bad about what I'm getting ready to do with this now that I've experienced that problem. But in the end, I really don't think this is a problem. It started, it runs, it started within the criteria. Now, if I had not pulled that choke up, it may have died, and then I would have had to restart it again, but it probably would have started. So I'm going to try it again just to make sure. And we're going to go through the same quick process. The throttle's still locked, I didn't move it. Okay, so what I'm gonna do, I'm sure the trolls are gonna tell me that I'm just an absolute horrible person, but I called around to other shops to find out what they would do, so I would at least have some idea of what to do with this customer. Last year, I bet there was 6 people maybe who would bring me their steel chainsaws and say they couldn't get it to start. And I mean, I did all kinds of things last year. I would take it down here to the bench and I'd look at it and it'd start right up. Well, then I got to thinking, well, wait a minute, instead of doing that, maybe I should just start it in front of them. And so I started in front of them. And I bet, I don't know, 3 of them, maybe 4 of them, came back a few days later and says, well, it still won't start for me. So I showed them how to start it, and they still don't know how to start it. So you end up doing all this free work, basically, showing them how to start it, and they still don't know how to start it, and so you're constantly showing them how to start it. So I decided to do something a little different with this one. I called around and said, okay, what would you do if you had a backpack blower come in and you got to start in 5 pulls, and it says it should take you, well, it actually says it should take, you get 6 pulls on choke, and then you take it off choke, and then you continue pulling. So I don't know how many pulls it should take, but it's definitely more than 6, and I got it in, I think the max I've had to pull it now is 5. So anyway, I told them that it was 5 pulls this morning, and they said, well, they wouldn't even worry about it. What they would do is they charge this is up in Kansas City, I called. They would charge a $60 diagnostic fee. They'd put it on the bench, no matter how long it was on the bench, a minute, 10 minutes, it was $60. They'd pull it 5 times, it would start, they called the customer up, says, runs fine, come get your equipment, $60 please. That's what they would do. But I'm going to do something a little different, just so the customer knows that I'm not just going to charge him for pulling it 5 times. I went ahead and ordered a carburetor. And this one's going to have a little adjustment on it where I can make it a little bit richer. I think it has one. I'm pretty sure it does, but it doesn't matter. Sometimes these OEM carburetors sit on the shelf for so long that they dry out and the diaphragms get hard, so they don't work as well. So I'm going to get a new carburetor in there, new fuel lines, new spark plug. We'll gap the spark plug for wintertime use. We'll adjust the carburetor for wintertime use, and it won't hurt it in the summertime. It'll just run a little bit richer. But that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to run it a little bit richer, so you get more fuel in there. The other thing is, I don't think he's pulling that throttle. That's what makes it tough to start. You got to have that throttle open, otherwise you have 2 chokes basically in the way. You got the main choke, and then you're not, all that gas is going down into the cylinder, but you're not getting any air, so you got to open that up. Well, it's actually open that up so you can get air into the cylinder with the gasoline. I bet he's not doing that. So anyway, if I change all these components, the fuel lines, the spark plug, I'll put a new priming bulb on it, new carburetor, new seals, new gaskets. It's going to be $75 total with all the parts and everything. Now, typically, I don't tell you how much I'm charging, but this is important. You still don't know how much I charge per hour. This is important because if Kansas City is charging $60 and they haven't done anything but pull the rope 5 times, but I'm charging $75 and they get all this new stuff, at least they're getting something for their money. Now, when I take it up to him, I'm going to do a cold start. When he comes by to pick it up, I'm going to say, I got your new carburetor, new fuel lines, new spark plug, new priming bulb, new fuel filter, new air filter. It's all new. And you only get to pay $75, which is $15 more than Kansas's diagnostic fee. So he's obviously going to think he's gotten a bargain. He's got all these new parts on his machine. It's going to take 5 pulls or less to start it. But even if it takes 5 pulls, I can tell him, well, you said it took 30 when you tried it. I can do it in 5. That's on a cold start. Now, I don't know when he's going to pick it up. It may warm up by then. It may start by 1. 1 pull. But nonetheless, what that's going to do is going to give me an opportunity to show him how to use it according to those instructions that I just showed you. He's got to read the instructions. And I bet he's not, because that throttle, I'm sure he's not holding the throttle, because when I went to start it, the throttle was not engaged. Now, if you try to start something and it won't start, you usually leave everything where it is. Choke's on, the throttle's on, and it just won't start, and you're frustrated, and you just throw it in the back of the truck. So he threw it in the back of the truck when the throttle was not on. So I don't think it was on ever. So that gives me an opportunity to show him that I not only worked on it, I put new stuff on it, I adjusted the carburetor for a winter condition, a rich condition, and now I get to teach him how to start it, and I still make a little money. Because I'm telling you, last year, it was kind of time consuming. Of the 6 people that were here, I would imagine, 4 of them just sat around and talked about nothing. One person told me he had in the olden days, 60 acres over there, and he used that Stihl chainsaw to cut the whole place down and now he can't. And it's like, okay, you know, I don't need all that information to let you know that you're just starting it wrong. The bigger problem is how do you tell a customer that they're doing something wrong? You can't. But if I put a new carburetor on this and I say, okay, there's a technique to it and it's on the instructions in the back. Let's go through the technique just to make sure we both know that the technique's being used so this new carburetor will work for you every time. Now, I will admit that now that it has died, I feel a little bit better, or started to die. Of course, I was able to choke it and got it to start up. But you even do that on your lawnmower. The beast, oh, it is finicky in the wintertime. It really wants just a little bit of choke, not too much, definitely not. So for like the first 10 minutes, you're kind of throttling that choke a little bit. And it says it right in the instructions. It's not like I'm having to do it because it doesn't run well. It just has to have choke. I forgot about that last winter. A guy brought a Kohler over, which is what the beast is, a Kohler engine over, and I forgot it was cold. I mean, I knew it was cold, but I forgot about this criteria. So I adjusted the carburetor to make it run good in the cold weather. I didn't really think about, I just made the adjustment so it ran good. That's all I did. It was just cold. So when he went to start it, and it was just, oh, it was terrible. I went over there to fix it. It was rich, and it was just black smoke, and it was choking. And I just took a little screwdriver and screwed that out a little bit, fixed it instantly. So engines, carbureted engines, run differently in the winter than they do in the summer. And I don't think people realize that. Well, they don't, on 2 cycles, they just don't know how to start them. And I guess people just get frustrated with them and throw them in the back of the truck before they really, he says this is only a year old, and he says, my other one runs so much better. But I don't see this one running badly. I think it's a great machine, actually. So, anyway, that's what I'm going to do. I am going to, this year, I'm not going to just start it, call them back and say, okay, let me show you how to start it. I'm not doing that anymore. I'm going to start making money at this. I just give away labor. And a lot of the trolls, see, that's the funny thing, is the trolls usually will say, well, you need to charge more. But as soon as I say, okay, I'm going to charge for this job, they're going to say, you're ripping the customer off. So, it's a double-edged sword with the trolls on this channel. But that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to start charging. But I'm going to do it better than the city shops. I'm not just going to charge them $60 and say, hey, it runs. I'm going to charge $75 and actually put parts on it. Now, for some reason, the parts are really high on this. Now, the carburetor wasn't bad at all. But the air filter was expensive. And I couldn't find a cheaper one. I found the cheapest one there was. So I don't know what to do about that. Otherwise, this job probably would have, been 60 bucks actually. So, but it's just an expensive replacement. I don't know. I'm not a big fan of these backpack blowers. I'm sure they really put out a lot of air and everybody's really happy with them, but they're hard to start. They're hard to pull. I'm pretty happy with just the handheld ones. That's just me. Of course, I don't use them at all, so I don't even know what I'm complaining about. So I guess I'll jump off here. So if you'll click this up next box, it'll take you to a video over to my other channel. We'll really appreciate it if you go check it out. So I hope I can inspire you. I don't know, do a lot of research so you can live your dreams. Thanks for watching.